Servus and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but I've been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio on and off since 2016. Today we'll be talking about something that I always get messages about from people that are like, hey, I've been talking to this German woman for a while, but she's acting like this and I don't really know what that means. Can you help me? Or just straight up questions about what dating is like in Germany and if there are any differences. Now, I do actually have a video on this topic. I'll just link it up here and down below. It was one of my very first ones, so it might be a little cringe to watch, but let me know if you'd want me to kind of make an updated video on that topic. But today I wanted to watch a video with you that I do remember seeing a few years ago, but then I totally forgot about it and honestly forgot about this channel too, but it recently popped up in my suggestions again. It's a video by the YouTube channel Dating Beyond Borders, and the video is called You Know You're Dating a German Woman When. So I figured let's see how accurate that is. I'll be watching it on my laptop down here and I'll put the video on the screen for you, and I'll be listening on my earbuds. These are from Raycon and they're sponsoring this video, which is really cool because these earbuds have been very loyal companions in my everyday life ever since I got them. I use them in the summer to just listen to music while laying out in the sun to tan. I also sometimes use them to edit or watch something on my laptop, but most of all I use them when I go on walks. Yes, I know, very German of me, but whenever I have the time, I just go outside and go on a walk for an hour or so, and I usually listen to podcasts when I do that. I have like 4 or 5 podcasts that I listen to every week or whenever I get the chance to catch up with the new episodes, and what's awesome about these earbuds is that no matter what I do, they never fall out of my ears. And that says something because I've personally struggled with this ever since I was a teenager. I think it's just because my ears are just extremely small. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, I've never really been able to use regular headphones, like the ones that come with your phone or something. I always had to get the earbuds that kind of go in a little bit, but even with those, it doesn't always work. I got a pair of wireless ones a few months ago, and those would fall out too, unfortunately, like especially when I smile or laugh. I think my whole face just moves when I do that. I know, beautiful. But yeah, with the Raycon earbuds, as you can see, no movement whatsoever. Now, if you're one of those people who basically has their earbuds in 24/7, the Raycon Everyday Earbuds have a 32-hour battery life and 8 hours of playtime, so you can totally just wear them all day, and they also feel really nice. I don't know if you can see it, but this is also the case, and this has the same feel to it. They have this improved rubber oil surface, so yeah, it almost feels like silk, really nice. And then of course the earbuds come with these gel tips, and you can exchange them for the size, which of course I always have to go with the smallest. Then of course they have a built-in mic so that you can answer your calls with them too. And the best thing is they start at half the price of other premium audio brands. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, they don't sound as good then, but nope, they actually sound awesome. They have lots of bass and a really full sound, so great for listening to music as well. You can get your Raycon Everyday Earbuds by clicking on the link in the info box below, or just go to buyraycon.com/Feli from Germany and get 15% off your purchase. And they even come with a 45-day happiness guarantee. Okay, now let's start with the video. Love the music. No stereotypes whatsoever. Okay, at a bar.
Hey.
That's definitely no German beer, I can tell you that, because no phone.
Across the bar, and I wanted to come here and tell you that you're beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Sebastian. By the way.
Hannah.
Hannah, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you too.
Yeah.
Okay,
where are you
thank
from?
you.
I'm from Germany.
Germany, that's so great.
No
I have
hands,
two
please.
friends that.
If you don't know her, don't get too close and personal. Okay, so yes, I would say that this is spot on, and I don't think that it just applies to German women, but just to Germans in general. I've talked about this a couple times before, maybe I'll make a whole video about it, but if you go with the peach and coconut theory, which I really like that theory, Germans are coconuts, whereas Americans, for example, are more like peaches. Meaning, it takes a while to crack the shell of a German, but once you've cracked it, once you've done it, you're in. Like, you're you're their friend, you're part of their inner circle. And in real life, this stands for the fact that Germans don't usually get comfortable with strangers very quickly, as they stated in the video. Like, we don't get personal with people that we don't know, which is one of the reasons that we're not really into small talk. Like, you won't hear a German mom just tell the cashier at the store about her son's amazing soccer game today, for example, whereas that's definitely something that happens here in the US. So with Germans, there isn't a big soft area around the core like you'd find it with a peach. So a zone where even though you don't know someone yet, you're willing to share personal information with them. Americans are a lot more comfortable with that, and it's kind of part of the culture here to open up to strangers to a certain point. But then there's kind of a threshold further down the line where it'll be kind of tough to actually crack the core that comes after the soft part and become a close friend. And regarding the reaction to the compliment, first of all, that was really funny how she just said, "Thank you." And yeah, I've actually done that before too with the compliments. Or I mean, I've definitely like assimilated to the American culture, so I probably wouldn't react like that anymore. But I might still think to myself, like, what do you want from me? I mean, it kind of depends on the situation too, of course, but overall, yes, if you approach a German woman, you'll most likely get a much colder response than you would from an American or people from other cultures. I don't know if he's supposed to be Spanish or something, but yeah, in general, Germans are usually a little skeptical when they're approached by a stranger, because you always kind of think like, what do they want from us? Are they trying to sell me something? So if I were to share some advice here, I would probably say don't be too pushy with a German woman. Like, give her your number and then just leave her alone if she doesn't seem like she wants to talk right now. And if she's interested, she'll probably reach out later. But also, if a German woman gives you just a slight sign of interest, you kind of just have to multiply that in your head to compare it to an American woman.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna grab a beer. Do you want a beer? Yeah, you want a beer. Excuse me, can we get 2 beers, please?
She wants to be seen as an equal. Be careful making decisions for her. Yes, this is definitely true too, at least for me, and I think most other German women too. I do like to be seen as an equal, which is also why I don't always enjoy the chivalry here in the US, for example. I mean, I know that it's always meant well, and it can definitely be nice when someone opens the door for you, but I feel like Americans overdo it a little bit sometimes. Like, for example, when they insist that you don't get out of the car until they've gotten out, and then they run around and open the door for you. Or like, same with like opening regular doors, they're like, no, wait, I'm gonna run ahead and then open the door for you and then wait for you to walk through, which I could have just opened it myself. Sometimes it even makes me feel a little patronized because I kind of feel like I'm a big girl. I can do that myself. Thank you very much. So yeah, if someone had just ordered for me without waiting for my response, like in this scene, I would have definitely felt like that and I would not have been happy. Hey, do you want to hang out sometime? Yes, tomorrow at 19:35 we meet at Hemingway's at the front entrance. Very specific. There is definitely no vagueness when making plans. Yes, that's true for all Germans, I think. We like to know exactly what we have planned and when, and this also means that you kind of need to make sure to cancel a plan early enough when you're not up for it anymore. You can't just pull off what Americans do a lot, where the plan was kind of vague enough that they just text you right before that they can't make it anymore, unfortunately. Or sometimes they just don't say anything at all. Oh no, she's waiting. Don't make her wait. Just don't. Yes, I think this is also very true. I'm personally not the most punctual German. I'm usually a few minutes late myself, but I think in this regard, I'm very German. Like, of course I don't get mad when someone just lets me wait for like a few minutes, because I kind of do that to them too, because I'm not super punctual. But if you're like very late and don't tell me, or if like you already know ahead of the plan that you're probably not gonna make it on time, and you don't tell me before I leave, like you're not letting me know that I could have just stayed at home for longer, that really pisses me off. And I think this is just because it kind of makes us feel like the other person is wasting our time and we could have spent that time with something else, with something better. And they're not respectful enough to keep us informed about that.
Many millionaires are moving out of European countries. Do you think it's really the end of European Union after only 23 years?
Yeah, I can totally see that happening within 20-25 years with the European Union.
I hope not.
Most likely happen.
Develop your own opinion and know how to hold your own to impress her. Okay, that was that was a little bit too much for me to read, but yes, I can definitely confirm that this is true too. Just overall, you'll hear a lot more serious topics in German social life than you do here in the US. Like even at parties in Germany, you might hear people talk about religion or politics, which are two of the biggest taboo topics here in the US, especially if you don't know the person very well. But yeah, Germans like to talk about real things. We enjoy that much more than small talk.
Country in the world is the Vatican City. You didn't know it was a country because it's its own nation state. It's kind of crazy. But then you have Nepal that also doesn't have a country that's a perfect rectangle. The Vatican City has a perfect square as a rectangle. Do you know Switzerland has a perfect square for her flag? It's kind of crazy.
It's just babbling. Talking about politics, technology, or current affairs can be a huge turn on for them. Okay, I would say that's probably true. Yeah. I don't really have a lot of other thoughts on that, but yeah, I think I would agree.
That's an interesting shirt. Didn't you have time to change? And I really like your hair. It's so curly. But don't you think it's time to get a new haircut?
Whoa. I don't think she's actually German based on her accent. She is downright honest. Sometimes it's highly discouraging. Okay, so the honesty part is 100% true. The discouraging part, I don't know, I guess it kind of depends on the actual person and how much you can take as the person on the receiving end. I personally don't like it when people just share their opinion on personal things without being asked. There's definitely a lot of Germans who do that, like in this example, for example, but personally, I feel like there's a difference between honesty and criticizing others without being asked for your opinion. So I personally am definitely honest, but I don't try to just criticize others if it's not my place, if that makes sense. But yeah, if you start a conversation with me about a topic, you will get my true opinion. Or if you ask me if the new pants look good on you, yes, I'll be honest about it. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Get a room!
Easy, we're in a public place.
On the plus side, if she likes you, you will definitely know it. Yes, that's definitely true. And not just that, but I think in general, Germans are pretty honest when it comes to dating, at least compared to Americans. Like, we usually just let the other person know where they stand with us. So yeah, you won't have to guess if the German woman likes you or not. You'll know. She'll most likely just straight up tell you anyways. Okay, that was the end of the video. So from my point of view, all of these points were spot on, except for the discouraging honesty part a little bit, but I feel like that just depends on the person and how offensive they are to others. But of course, all of this is really just based on generalizations of all German women, which are over 40 million. So I would be interested in hearing your experiences and opinions in the comments below. So if you're a German woman yourself, what do you think of these points? Are they accurate, or would you say it doesn't apply to you? Or if you've ever dated a German woman or are dating one right now, is this really what it's like? And if you're from another country, which of these points are different in your culture? I can't wait to read your views on this. And of course, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe for free and hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to support me, you can do that via the super thanks function down below, or you simply join my Patreon family or buy me a drink on buymeacoffee.com. All of those links, as well as my social media platforms, are in the info box below. And of course, a big shout out to the Dating Beyond Borders channel. Definitely make sure to check out some of their other videos too, because they're all really funny and interesting. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Tschüss!